I'm Amy Holthouse, the president of the Wayne County Area Chamber of Commerce, and your host for Chamber Chat. My guests today will be Melissa Vance, our new Director of Education and Events at the Chamber, as well as Amanda Marquis from the Leland Legacy, and also Samson, their therapy dog. We're looking forward to these visits, and thank you for joining us. Welcome, Melissa.
Thank you.
How are you today?
Great.
Good. We're so thrilled to have you on staff and just grateful that you've become part of our family so quickly. But I'd like for you to share with our audience a little bit more about where you came to us from and your background and how you arrived at the Chamber.
Sure. Well, I am a Centerville girl. I was born in the county at Reed Hospital and raised in Centerville, graduated from there a year or two ago, and spent a little bit of time out of the state, but really decided that this was my home, and my family and I moved back about 9 years ago, and since then I've been working in healthcare and philanthropy, doing events and marketing and communications, that kind of thing.
Fantastic, and a wonderful background leading you right back to the area chamber. So we're thrilled to have you, and just congratulations on choosing to come back.
Thank you.
The whole community is just really blessed to have you and your family here. So
thank you so much.
We're excited about that. As far as your exact job and what you're doing with the chamber, I know you came to us mid-July, which is seemingly a somewhat slow time if you look at the chamber from the outside in. But as those of us who work there know, it's a very busy time as we prepare for all of our fall events. So this far I know that you're knee-deep in about 4 different things, but I wanted to see if we could share with the audience some of the things that you're working on.
Absolutely. Well, I know we'll get to the events, but first of all, one of the big things that we're doing is School is Cool, and really getting that launched for the new school year. And
School is Cool is a wonderful program. It's been around for about 6 years now. Started off really with an initiative to encourage students to have perfect attendance, and how important it is to show up every day for school. We know that they learn more if they're actually there. It's just a direct connection that grades go up if students are in the seat. And so not only that, but we know the businesses value that as well.
right, there's long-term effects to teaching children those kind of values and showing up for life. And then, as you said, the businesses have an opportunity to hire people from the county that can actually show up for work every day, and that's a big issue.
And our initial sponsor for that program was First Bank Richmond. Gary Clear and his group there really felt that it was important to emphasize this as a daily habit, not only for school but for lifelong wellness. And so then quickly after that, the Wetzel family jumped in with their participation, I believe the very next year. And so then was born the scholarship in car for the seniors, as well as just big support for the whole program all the way around.
Right, and if you've had a senior in the county, you've heard about School is Cool, because they all want to get their name in the drawing for that scholarship or a car. And interestingly, all of the students so far have chosen the scholarship.
It is very interesting. I know that there have been a few out in the pool who said they were planning to take the car, either had school paid for already or had a plan, or perhaps they were working on some sort of certificate that was a smaller dollar amount, and their pathway, the car would have made more sense. So I know everyone's anxious to see what will happen each year,
right.
So it's really a lot of fun. And we did spend some time this summer brainstorming and working with not only First Bank and Wetzel, but as a staff looking at how we can amplify this program. We've also been working with the schools directly to see how we can allow this to be more present all year long and to filter down to the younger grades.
And one of the neat things that we're able to do this year, and I'm sure you all will hear much more about that later, but we're looking at how we can reward students in smaller segments. maybe they got sick in the first grading period. They can start over. Every day counts, and that's kind of our new tagline for this year, is that every day counts, and to keep showing up. So students will start getting some sort of prize, reward each grading period throughout the year for having perfect attendance that grading period, and then still doing the bigger prizes for those that can make it the whole year long.
Sure, absolutely. It'll be rewards, in tandem with how long they've had attendance. The rewards will get bigger. So certainly recognizing those who had perfect attendance, a phenomenal achievement by no stretch. But we do want to emphasize that if you missed a day, if you were sick, it's still important to get up and come back tomorrow, next week, next month. And so really excited to roll that out. I know the schools are. And we have a lot of really fun things planned along with that program. So thank you for all your hard work on that.
It's a great team effort, and it's an exciting program.
And we did just finish one big event.
Yes.
We need to celebrate that.
That is really exciting, and that's the Community Improvement Awards Luncheon that just took place on the 17th, and an opportunity to recognize many great projects that have been in the works over the last year among our business community.
Yes, it was really thrilling, and we had a new location. Our next guest will share with us more about that location, but we hosted it at the Leland Legacy this year.
What a great venue. Just
gorgeous.
Beautiful place. Staff is wonderful to work with, and it was the perfect venue for this particular event. We had around 170 guests there that day, and Roscoe's came and hosted a coffee bar, which just made it fabulous for our coffee theme, which was Wayne County, the perfect blend, live, work, and play.
I love that all tying together, and what a great fall theme as well for the event. So do you have time to share briefly with us a few of the winners?
Absolutely. Well, we had 14 nominees this year, and that was a really great
bunch.
List.
Yeah.
You don't realize how many things have been going on until you sit down and you start naming them all. And this year we decided to give 2 exemplary awards, and the winners for that were Hartley Hills Golf Club from Hagerstown. They have done a beautiful renovation to their facility. For those of you that haven't been out there, you should go out there, check it out. Even if you're not a golfer, they have just a really neat place.
Even just to drive by, it's picturesque back there. It's really beautiful. They did a fabulous job.
So congratulations to them. And then secondly, we had Reed State Line Family Medicine.
Yes.
And that is the renovation to what we know as the former Ruby Tuesdays out on the east side.
Everyone's happy that it has a new name.
Yay!
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
It really does. And if you take a look at it, you can see how it mimics the architecture of the new Reed Hospital.
It looks like a little model.
It does.
Including the gorgeous landscaping that they did all around the building. It's really, in the lighting, everything.
It doesn't look like the same building.
No, it doesn't.
It looks like it was new construction. They did a great job.
They did.
So really pleased with that. Excuse me. And then we had the Quality of Life Award.
Yes, the Quality of Life Award also is chosen from the main nominees of the building projects, but has that added element of some type of quality of living in our county being enhanced by that project. So.
Right, and this year we gave the Quality of Life Award to the VA community-based outpatient clinic, which is on the corner of Chester Boulevard and J Street.
Yes. They did a wonderful job. Also, very similar renovation that truly looks like a new project. The way they reworked all the glass and the landscaping and everything about that building is very inviting. I believe it truly impacted that whole neighborhood.
It was a terrific way to repurpose a former building.
An excellent use of the space, no question.
And then lastly, we had the In Concert series, which received our Spirit Award for the year.
Yes.
And that group has just been an energetic group for the community and profited many nonprofit groups throughout our community.
I love that award. They're all fantastic to celebrate, and so much time, energy, talent, and resources go into all of these projects. But the Spirit Award is just so unique. You know, it's something that enhances the community without a building. And so that group, I mean, that's truly what they've done.
Right.
I believe last year's winner was the Bicentennial Group from Centerville.
Yes.
We felt that all throughout the county. There was a feeling of what was going on there and hear about the events, and you'd go to the events. And this group really is doing the same thing for Wayne County.
It just has that ripple effect that goes out and benefits so many people from the specific organizations and then all those that have been served. So a neat way to bring energy to the community.
No question. Absolutely. A fantastic group. All of our nominees truly just excellent projects. Quite a competitive list this year. So we have just a few more minutes. So do you have something coming up you'd like to share?
Sneak peek. Coming up is the farm tour, and that is going to take place at the Bowman Farm in Greensport. And this is the first time we've done a farm tour in a little while.
Very excited. We've had a rebirth of the Agribusiness Committee. They weren't real active for a couple of years. We had some folks retire and have had a face change basically for that group. And we now have a lot of young, energetic folks connected to our agricultural community and excited with what they're doing.
This is an event that will take place on September 29th in the evening from 5:30 to 7:30. And because of limited parking, everyone is going to head out to Warm Glow, do a little shopping, jump on board some buses provided by Boys and Girls Club generously.
Yes.
And then head to the farm. And there's really 2 farms, and learn about how genetics takes a priority in the farming community, especially in beef and cattle.
Absolutely.
Learn a little more about that, and then have a delicious meal by Hometown Dining. So
yes, the Bowmans have put in a lot of time and energy getting the farm ready. They're very excited about the presentation and sharing the technology and conservation and things that are going on out there. So we're all looking forward to sharing with them, sharing together in a meal, and hearing and learning something new, hopefully that evening. I think it'll be really exciting.
And the best thing is it's free.
Right.
You can register online. You do have to RSVP, but RSVP, bring your family, bring your coworkers, just come out. It's going to be a neat event.
We had some fabulous sponsors jump in to make that work. And First Merchants Bank is really behind the event. We've had donations of food and water, and so we're looking forward to being able to do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for joining us on your first visit to Chamber Chat. We're thrilled again to have you on staff and look forward to more visits in the future.
Thank you.
If the walls could talk of the Leland Legacy, you would find fun stories such as Hoagie Carmichael, who was attending a dance in the Leland Ballroom with some friends while he was a student at Indiana University. On the way out after the dance, he said he wanted to stop by the lobby to play the piano because he had a melody he was working on. He sat down at the piano and picked out the beautiful strains of Stardust, which went on to be one of his most popular pieces. His son Randy visited us in 2007 to dedicate a sculpture cast in bronze of Hoagie, which is permanently on display at Indiana University in Bloomington.
Feel the comfortable elegance from the moment you enter this grand historical building. The Leland Legacy offers independent and assisted living with a certified nursing staff and many amenities, including a swimming pool, numerous activities, delicious meals, the Canterbury Spa, the body shop, and transportation to and from shopping, group outings, and special events.
Joining me now, I have Amanda Marquis from the Leland Legacy, and her what is he? A therapy dog.
Yeah.
Samson.
Yeah.
So welcome to you both.
Thank you.
We're so
Thank
happy
you.
you could be here today.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. And thank you for being such a gracious host. We talked earlier about our Community Improvement Awards, and we were so excited to have them in the ballroom. It was just the perfect place.
Well, and we always enjoy having company in, and the residents do as well. So to be able to host that, it was great. So thank you for having
Absolutely. And I know that to be true. My daughter took swimming lessons down there for a little while, and it was always fun. We would stop and visit with some of your residents in the puzzle room on our way through to the pool, and everyone was always so welcoming.
Yeah, they enjoy having that life in the building, and of course it's a beautiful building, but the Leland, when it was a hotel, was obviously always the hot spot or the entertainment place, and so they really enjoy having it that way now. So
absolutely true, and that truer story couldn't be told. The history of that building is phenomenal.
It is. It's really neat. It was built in 1928. Of course, it was a luxury hotel throughout that era, but really I guess it was 2001, shortly after September 11th, actually, they opened it as a senior community, and it's really thrived and done well as that.
It's the perfect, it's the perfect transformation.
It
I mean,
is.
it just, the way it was built, it almost just was suited itself to be that type of a facility, and you can look back and see the hotel and the way it could have been what it was before, but just a wonderful place for that.
Well, and a lot of the common spaces, we've really tried to keep it as what it was when it was a hotel. So the dining room is where Harry Truman had lunch when he came through and all that good stuff. So it's kind of fun to see the history of it and maintain it as that. So.
And quite honestly, having children coming through the schools in this county, I think it needs to be on the list of places that our children visit for learning. You know, we go to the Historical Museum and Joseph Moore and the other museums, but to think of the history that's walked through those doors would be a fascinating tale, especially for an older, you know, maybe older elementary age student. Those are names you would recognize from your history book, and they were right here.
Yeah, Harry Truman, and then actually I was recently doing some research and found that Ronald Reagan had come through before he was president. Supposedly Elvis did, which we always kind of joke around that Elvis has been everywhere, so of course,
Maybe he's still here. Is he a resident?
So there's just some neat history to it as far as that goes.
You do have some other businesses that live within your facility too, is that correct?
We do. We've really tried to revitalize our corner, if you want to say that way. So the body shop is there. Michelle Blackwell, she has the body shop there. Renee Ulinsky, she has the Canterbury is now in our building, so that's a lot of fun too. And then recently we had a business come in, it's Synergy, which they do home care. It's the non-medical aspect of home care, whether it's shopping, things like that. That's Tom and Mindy Deckard, which they've been really involved in our community or lived in our community for a long time. RCT, they're very active there. So we're still looking for, we have the cafe available on the corner of 9th and South A. We'd love to have a neat little restaurant, but we're just kind of holding out for the right fit.
Well, I was going to say, kudos to you guys, because all three of those are perfect matches for what's already there. It's obvious you're not just filling space to fill space. There are things that make sense and that your residents probably can utilize as well.
Sure, and all of those owners have really done a nice job as far as remodeling that space. They're all open to the public, so again, you know, that concept of wanting to have the outside come in for our residents and so forth, it's kind of a city within a, you know, a building.
It's great.
And so they enjoy it. They enjoy it a lot.
And that's very much a big city mentality. When you go to Chicago or New York or other Atlanta, you have a lot of that type of building space being used in that way. I think it's really neat.
Yeah.
We're right uptown.
Exactly, exactly.
So, and then you guys, I know, are kind of growing and changing too within your own business.
We are. We about, I guess it was around 4.5 years ago, we did change to assisted living, which the easiest way to describe it is basically an apartment with nursing staff on site. So they still have their own homestead and all that good stuff, but with a press of a button, they have nursing staff come to them.
How wonderful.
So and I always tell our residents, hey, just because you can't see as well, hear as well, walk as well, doesn't mean we can't have fun. And so we do really put a huge emphasis on you know, getting out and enjoying. I mean, when I left the building to come here, there were some residents that were walking downtown and stuff. So it just really does my heart good to see, hey, yeah, let's go ahead and live life. Who knows what's going to happen tomorrow, but we're going to enjoy it today. So it's a good concept no matter what age. So it's been a great fit for that building.
Oh, I think so. And with everything that's going on downtown, I know you've been connected and supportive with the downtown business group, and all the growth and revitalization there has got to be wonderful for your residents to be able to get out and walk, maybe for a meal or some shopping, and to do things has got to be great.
Yeah, and you know, just like yesterday, they decided, hey, let's run down and go to Dairy Queen, and so it's just it's neat to see them still have life, still have their dignity and so forth, and just live it. So we're here when they need us, but we're not if they don't.
And that's got to be comforting. I would imagine you have residents who maybe do have family in the area, but especially for those who maybe don't, to know someone's there just in case.
Exactly.
At the push of a button.
Right.
That's
and
fantastic.
we do. That's a good point. We have a lot of families that live out of state, and I have the same situation. My parents live out of state, and I would only hope that they would, you know, choose that kind of atmosphere and have people watch out for them. So yeah, it's been a great fit. When we did make that expansion to assisted living, we doubled our staff too. We used to have right around 24, 25 staff members. Now I checked, it's like 54 now. So, and we'll continue to expand because we are actually almost at capacity, so we'll be adding some staff too. So, I mean, that in itself, the employees, it's been a great fit.
That is fantastic. So, what growth, what tremendous growth and outreach to the community.
Yeah, and you know, the new owner, he's done a lot of work to the building as well, inside and out, always uses local vendors, which that's great too. But I think that has, you know, throughout you have that appeal now to even, you know, we're an employer that people are interested in working for too.
That's fantastic. And I know, well, we just had our event in the ballroom, and that's available to others, right?
Exactly. The ballroom's open to the public, and we do wedding receptions, parties for businesses. And actually, the month of December, I have several businesses going to do their Christmas parties there and things like that. So, yeah, anytime we can have a little party,
you know,
that's
it's
fun.
a great size because you really can get a lot of people in there if you need to. We had 170 people.
Exactly.
But it's got that cozy feeling. If you have a smaller group, it's still not too big.
Sure.
It's nice.
And building up to the event, it was neat because all the employees were excited about it and so forth.
Good.
And so they all really pitched in and helped through the event as well.
Well, we certainly appreciated it. Had a lot of fun.
Great.
And so glad to partner with you. And we'll keep an eye on how things are going and have you back with an update sometime. So.
Exactly.
And thank you, Samson. We're so glad you came to visit.
Yeah, Samson's our therapy dog. He's part of the team as well. So
he's wonderful. Thanks for bringing him.
Sure.
And thank you for coming. We appreciate your time.
Thank you. Thank you.
We just had a fabulous visit with Amanda Marquis, and just a few minutes left, and Trevor popped in. Hi, Trevor.
Hello.
You have a few quick things to share with us.
Yes, we have a Chamber Network Night in celebration of National Manufacturing Day coming up on October 1st at McDaniel Hall. Humongous thank you to Ivy Tech for hosting that.
Yes, and there's going to be tours and stuff.
Yes, that's cool. The next day on October 3rd. October 2nd, yes. And A House Tool, J.M. Hutton and Company, and B&F Plastics will be offering tours to both students and the community. We'll have more information on that soon. And then finally, we have the Taste of Wayne County on October 8th at the Richmond Square Mall again, 5:30 to 8, and we're very excited about that.
And I know you have billboards up, and we're really ramping up. That is going to be fabulous. It's always great. But with Melissa's new ideas and your ingenuity,
we're adding some arts organizations. We'll have all of the nonprofits and a lot of the great food that people have come to associate with the event.
Looking forward to all of those things. Hopefully folks can join us at McDaniel Hall on the 1st from 5:30 to 7. And then on the 2nd, we'll see some other folks maybe for tours. And then on the 8th for the Taste of Wayne County at the mall.
Yep, and that'll take us through the end of this month.
That's right. And then we'll find something else to do, I bet.
Yep, I bet.
Thanks for stopping by, Trevor.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you to all of you for watching our program today. We appreciate you. And if you have questions, just contact the Chamber at 765-962-1511.